Welcome to the Sound the Alarm Save a Life in-home visit team training video, Module 5, Documenter. Thank you for your interest in participating in Sound the Alarm, a home fire safety and smoke alarm installation event. These 5 video training modules provide a comprehensive overview on how to conduct a model in-home visit. We strongly recommend you view all video modules to gain a solid understanding of the in-home visit protocol and the support you'll be providing to your in-home visit team members. The videos are grouped together in a playlist for easy viewing on the American Red Cross Disaster Training YouTube channel. Please watch these video modules in a quiet space so that you can carefully follow along. The following topics will be covered in each video module. Module 1, Introduction, everyone required to view. Module 2, Conducting a model in-home visit with safety, quality, and effectiveness, everyone required to view. Module 3, Smoke Alarm Installer. Smoke alarm installers and documenters required to view, everyone encouraged to view. Module 4, Educator. Educators required to view, everyone encouraged to view. Module 5, Documenter. Documenters required to view, everyone encouraged to view. We also recommend that this video be accompanied by hands-on training on or before the day of the event. Please contact your event leader for more information about hands-on training opportunities available in your area so that you can practice the skills taught in these video modules before you conduct an in-home visit. At the completion of this session, you will gain an understanding of the following: the roles and responsibilities of the documenter, the importance of the service acknowledgement form and how to complete it accurately, the importance of the bedshaker alarm application for individuals who are deaf or hard of hearing and how to complete it accurately. Complete all forms fully and accurately, and safeguard them until handoff to event leadership. Assist the smoke alarm installer by holding the ladder safely and by passing them tools during smoke alarm installation. Assist the smoke alarm installer as they keep track of all smoke alarms, tools, equipment, and supplies. This is the Service Acknowledgement Form. The Service Acknowledgement Form is the form that the documenter will use to record basic information about the in-home visit, including the address of the resident, information about household composition, and the services provided. This form is very important and should be filled out completely and accurately. Why is the Service Acknowledgement Form important? It is the only physical record of service delivery. It is the sole source for digital data entry, which is the basis for reporting. The data captured on the form is used to verify potential lives saved from the campaign. There are 2 versions of the Service Acknowledgement Form, one titled Service Acknowledgement Form and one titled Partner Direct Service Acknowledgement Form. For region-led events, the Service Acknowledgement Form, blue left, is the appropriate form to use. The Partner Direct Service Acknowledgement Form, purple right, should only be used when either a national partner or local partner has primary responsibility for coordination and implementation of a Sound the Alarm event. By using the correct version of the form, partners and regions can accurately capture and report programmatic efforts, including effectiveness and outreach. Don't worry, your event leadership will ensure that you have the appropriate service acknowledgement forms to document your in-home visits. Be sure to complete all required fields on the Service Acknowledgement Form. All fields marked with a red asterisk are required. All other fields are strongly encouraged. If a required field is not applicable, write NA in the field. Make sure the home address is complete. Ensure the address is completed accurately, including apartment, unit, lot number, if applicable. Only enter physical addresses of inhabited residences. No P.O. boxes should be entered. Services should not be delivered to organizations, businesses, houses of worship, or vacant buildings. Therefore, a service acknowledgement form should never be completed for these locations. Complete a service acknowledgement form if any of the services listed below were provided during the in-home visit. Pre-existing smoke alarms tested. Batteries replaced in pre-existing smoke alarms. New smoke alarms installed. Bedshaker alarms installed for individuals who are deaf or hard of hearing, DHH. Home fire escape plan created. Home fire safety checklist reviewed. It is not necessary to complete a service acknowledgement form if no services were provided. If you simply knocked on the door and nobody answered, or if a resident declined an in-home visit. The following fields are included on the service acknowledgement form. Home address. This section captures the address where each in-home visit occurs. address, apartment or mobile home number, city, state, zip. Please note that all of these fields are marked with a red asterisk and are mandatory. Take the time to ensure that the full address is completed accurately, including apartment, unit, lot number if applicable. If no apartment, unit, lot number exists, mark NA, not applicable. Only enter physical addresses of inhabited residences. P.O. boxes and addresses of organizations, businesses, churches, and vacant buildings are not acceptable. If you are working in a community that does not adhere to standard addressing, or if you have questions about how to accurately capture the address, please contact your event leadership or hfcdata@redcross.org for assistance. Initial assessment upon visit. This section helps us better understand the fire risk and demographics in selected communities. Ensure residents understand that all information will be kept confidential. To complete this section, you will ask the resident to provide answers to the following questions. How many people live here? The question is marked with a red asterisk and is mandatory. How many youth ages 17 and under live here? How many adults ages 65 and older live here? How many individuals with a disability or access or functional need live here? How many veterans, military members, or military family members live here? How many pre-existing smoke alarms does the household already have? How many pre-existing smoke alarms are working? Services provided. This section documents which services were provided to residents. This information allows the Red Cross and its partners to track where alarms, batteries, and home fire escape plans have been put in place to help protect residents. This section also documents fire safety education and information on a local hazard that the resident has received during the in-home visit. Please note that all of these fields are marked with a red asterisk and are therefore required, except for identifying which additional hazard was discussed. Let's go through them in detail so that you understand the information that you are required to capture. Number of new smoke alarms installed and tested. Number of new bed shaker alarms installed and tested, DHH. Did the residents create a fire escape plan? Yes, no. Did the residents review the home fire safety checklists? Yes, no. Did the residents learn about a local hazard? Yes, no. If yes, what hazard? If the educator reviewed an additional hazard safety checklist with the resident, you would record which hazard was covered. Partner reporting. This section helps us better understand how our partners are supporting the program. All partner reporting fields are marked with a red asterisk and are therefore required to complete, regardless of the type of service acknowledgement form that is used. National partner. List any national partners participating in the event. This information will be provided to you by event leadership prior to departure from the rally point. Local partners. List any local partners participating in the event. It is especially important to capture the participation of services to the Armed Forces, SAF volunteers, or employees, military-connected partners, and Red Cross Corps RCC members in the local partners field. The data related to SAF, military-connected partners, and RCC is needed to facilitate tracking against specific targets and goals set by grant requirements and management directives. Event leadership will provide you with this information prior to departure from the rally point. If additional space is needed to record all partners, please use the additional notes section. Please note that your event leadership will have specific information on how to complete the partner reporting fields. Please consult your event leader for further details about local and national partners participating directly in your event. Region-designated reporting fields. These optional fields are provided so that partners and Red Cross regions may collect customized data in 2 additional locations. Your event leadership will inform you if these fields are in use in your area and, if so, how to complete them. Information for future follow-up. This section provides the Red Cross with basic contact information in order to follow up with residents as needed. All contact information is kept confidential. Let's review the information requested in this section. Did the resident provide contact info? Yes, no. Cell phone number. Record the resident's cell phone number if provided. Email address. Record the resident's email address if provided. Other phone number. Record the resident's other phone number if provided. Attestation, signatures. Review the services provided and items documented on the form with the resident to ensure accuracy. Slowly review the attestation legal language to ensure that the resident understands his or her responsibilities. The attestation reads, "I am a resident of the home at the address above. Today, I received the services indicated on this form. I also received instructions about how to use and maintain smoke alarms. It is my responsibility to maintain the smoke alarms per the manufacturer's recommendations and to test the alarms monthly. It is also my responsibility to make sure I have the appropriate type of smoke alarms in my home. Different types of alarms, ionization and photoelectric, detect fires differently, and experts recommend having both types. It is additionally my responsibility to make sure that I have the appropriate number of smoke alarms and that the alarms are in appropriate locations. Furthermore, the American Red Cross and its partners are not responsible for determining the appropriate type, number, or location of smoke alarms. Your signature indicates that you have read the information above and that you agree with its content. Once complete, ask if resident has any questions. Remind resident that all information is kept confidential. Invite the resident to review the service acknowledgement form in its entirety one more time. After the resident has reviewed the information documented on the form, invite the resident to sign and date the resident signature section. The signatory must be a resident of the home and must be at least 18 years old. After the resident signs the form, the documenter signs and dates the Red Cross partner signature section. Once the form is fully reviewed and signed by both parties, thank the resident. Administrative section. This section should be left blank by the documenter. This section allows the person entering data from the form into the online reporting portal to record his or her name and the date that the data was entered in order to prevent duplicate record entry and to ensure that each in-home visit is carefully documented in the online reporting portal. We will walk through an example of how to complete the service acknowledgement form during the in-home visit to ensure that it is completed fully and accurately. Example: Jim and Rita Smith live at 31 Acorn Lane, Unit 3A, Hebron, Indiana, 46341. Jim is an active duty member of the United States Marine Corps. They have 3 children under 17. No household members have disabilities, access, or functional needs. Complete home address and initial assessment upon visit. Home address. The address would be recorded accurately in the appropriate fields under the home address section. Address: 31 Acorn Lane. Apartment or mobile home number: 3A. City: Hebron. State: Indiana. Zip: 46341. Please note that all address fields are marked with a red asterisk, indicating that they are required fields. Also, note that the unit number was accurately recorded in the appropriate field. If no unit number existed, the documenter should write NA in the apartment or mobile home number field. Initial assessment upon visit. Information about the family would be recorded in the appropriate fields under the Initial Assessment Upon Visit section. Ensure residents understand that all information will be kept confidential. How many people live here? 5. How many youth ages 17 and under live here? 3. How many adults ages 65 and older live here? 0. How many individuals with a disability or access or functional need live here? 0. How many veterans, military members, or military family members live here? 5. Note: Jim Smith is an active duty member of the United States Marine Corps. He has 4 immediate family members, 1 wife and 3 children, who are considered military family members. Next, the smoke alarm installer assessed and tested pre-existing smoke alarms. The household has 3 pre-existing smoke alarms, but none were working and all smoke alarms were 15 years old. The smoke alarm installer provides this information to the documenter. How many pre-existing smoke alarms does the household already have? 3. How many pre-existing smoke alarms are working? 0. Complete the services provided section. Next, the documenter will coordinate with the educator and installer to get details on what services were provided so they can be accurately documented in the services provided section. The smoke alarm installer confirms that the following services were delivered during the in-home visit. 3 new smoke alarms were installed and tested during the in-home visit. 0 bed shaker alarms were installed and tested, DHH, and 0 batteries were replaced. Record this information in the appropriate fields under the Services Provided section. Number of new smoke alarms installed and tested, 3. Number of new bed shaker alarms installed and tested, DHH, 0. Number of batteries replaced, 0. The educator confirms that the resident completed the following education components during the in-home visit. They created a fire escape plan. They reviewed the home fire safety checklist. They learned about a local hazard, in this case, tornadoes. Record this information in the appropriate fields under Services Provided section. Did the residents create a fire escape plan? Circle yes. Did the residents review the home fire safety checklist? Circle yes. Did the residents learn about a local hazard? Circle yes. If yes, what hazard? Tornadoes. Please note that in order to record that a fire escape plan was created, the educator must have assisted the resident to complete the home fire escape plan by completing a drawing of the home with appropriate exit routes and a specified meeting place. Please note that all fields are marked with a red asterisk as they are all required. Complete partner reporting. Next, the documenter will record any national and/or local partners participating in this event. If additional space is needed, use the Additional Notes section. See Event Leadership for details on partners who should be listed in this section. Remember to capture services to the Armed Forces, SAF volunteers, military-connected partners, and Red Cross Corps RCC members in the local partner field. In this example, your event leader informs you that the Hebron Volunteer Fire Department, a local partner, is participating in the event. There are no national partners participating. You would record this information as follows. National Partner, NA. Local Partners, Hebron Volunteer Fire Department. Region Designated Reporting Fields. For this example, your event leader informs you that this section is not in use at this time. The documenter would be sure to keep this section blank. Complete information in the Future Follow-Up section. The documenter would request that resident provide contact information. The resident is free to decline. This information will be kept confidential. In this example, the resident declined to provide contact information. This would be recorded as follows. Did the client provide contact information? Circle no. Review form, attestation, and secure signatures. Now the documenter is ready to review the other items documented on the form with the resident. Review the attestation with resident and secure signatures required from resident. Carefully review the services provided and items documented on the form with the resident to ensure accuracy. Slowly review the attestation legal language to ensure that the resident understands his or her responsibilities. Ask if the resident has any questions. Remind resident that all information is kept confidential. Invite the resident to review the service acknowledgement form in its entirety one more time. After the resident has reviewed the information documented on the form, invite the resident to sign and date the resident signature section. The signatory must be a resident of the home and must be at least 18 years old. After the resident signs and dates the form, the documenter should also sign and date the Red Cross Partner signature section. Thank the resident for their time and carefully store the form. Note: if resident refuses to sign the form after services are delivered, indicate this on the form and alert your event point of contact upon handoff. Administrative section. A friendly reminder, the documenter does not complete the administrative section during the in-home visit. This section should only be completed after the paper service acknowledgement form has been submitted into the online reporting portal in order to prevent duplicate data entry. This activity is typically completed within 7 days of the event.
It is a best practice to give the resident the opportunity to perform the test of the alarms with you once all of the installations have been completed. This will familiarize them with the alarm's test and hush features and build confidence that they'll be able to test them once a month and utilize the hush feature. Safety, quality, and effectiveness are the important values that can help save lives with each in-home visit. That's it, we're done with testing the smoke alarms.
Okay, so we have determined that the family have one working smoke alarm, and I have recorded that already in the initial assessment. We have installed 3 new smoke alarms, no bed shaker alarms, and we did not replace any batteries. Is that correct, John?
That's correct.
Fantastic. Okay, and so we assisted the family to create a escape plan, and we also assisted the family with a home fire safety checklist. Is that right, Nora?
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we are going to ask you some questions about the family. Is that okay with you?
Sure.
Okay. So how many people live in here?
It's 4 of us.
Okay. How many youth ages 17 and under live here?
Just 1.
How many adults ages 65 and older live here?
None.
Okay. And how many individuals with disability or an access functional need live here?
0.
Okay. How many veterans, military members, or military family members live here?
None.
With your permission, I would like to review some of the services we provided today and the items documented in the service acknowledgement form. Is that okay with you?
Sure, no problem.
Wonderful. So during our initial conversation, you confirmed that your address is 701 Beckley Road, Springfield, Virginia. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, so we installed 3 new smoke alarms. We did not install any bed shakers. We helped you to plan escape plan.
Mm-hmm.
We assisted you with the home fire safety checklist. All right, and we also review a local hazard, which is the flood.
That's right. It was great. I learned so much.
Fantastic. Okay, so we are now ready to review the attestation. And so this is basically to confirm all the services that we provided the house. So I am a resident of the home at the address above today. I received the services indicated on this form. I also received instructions about how to use and maintain smoke alarms. Furthermore, the American Red Cross and its partners are not responsible for determining the appropriate type, number, or location of smoke alarms. So with your signature indicates that you have read this information and that the above information is going to be kept confidential.
That sounds great.
So I invite you to take a look at the form and review the services that we provide. And if you agree with everything on the form, please sign here for me.
Okay. Yeah, this looks great. Okay, I sign right here, right?
Yes.
Okay. Is that okay?
That is perfectly fine. Thank you so much. I will now sign and date it as well to confirm all the services again that we provided in your house today. Thank you so much for the visit.
Thank you so much for coming out today. We've learned so much. Can't wait to share with my husband when he gets home.
Individuals who are deaf or hard of hearing cannot depend on the sound of a standard auditory smoke alarm to alert them to a fire, especially while asleep. As a result, they are at greater risk of death or injury in a home fire than the general population. The American Red Cross provides people who are deaf or hard of hearing with access to free bed shaker alarms, usually Lifetone's HLAC 151 model. Please note that Lifetone's HLAC 151 bed shaker alarms are not standalone smoke alarms. To work effectively, bed shaker alarms must be installed in homes that have functioning auditory smoke alarms. In the event that a resident is deaf or hard of hearing and requests a bed shaker alarm, the documenter should complete the bed shaker alarm application following the protocol below. Prior to filling out this application, please work with the smoke alarm installer to test a standard smoke alarm for each applicant. Smoke alarms should be tested outside of the applicant's bedroom or primary sleeping location to determine whether the alarm can be heard. Please ask applicants to remove hearing aids that are not normally used at night. If the applicant is unable to hear a standard smoke alarm during this test, please proceed with the remainder of this application. The Red Cross may be able to provide up to 3 bed shaker alarms per home as supplies allow. Only 1 bed shaker alarm is needed per bed that is regularly occupied by an individual who is deaf or hard of hearing. All fields and procedures on this form are required. Failure to provide required information will prevent this request from being processed. Bed shaker alarms are typically installed during follow-up appointments. Depending on alarm availability, it may take between 1 to 3 months to schedule a return visit. This form is not a guarantee of future services. Upon return to staging area, Documenter submits completed service acknowledgement form and completed bed shaker alarm application to event leader. Safeguard and submit. The Documenter is required to safeguard all signed forms. Remember, these forms contain confidential resident information. Please submit all signed forms to your event leader or designee upon return to the event staging area. If you have any questions related to your duties as Documenter, please contact your event leader.
Hi!
Hi.
We just got back and I just checked with Constance just like you instructed before we went out.
Perfect.
So here are my completed acknowledgement forms.
Thank you. Let's take a look. Yeah, these look great. They're filled out well. How did it go?
It went great. We visited 10 homes and we installed 26 alarms. Every home that we visit, people were interested in the escape planning element as well.
Great. That's really great. You know, we really appreciate you coming out today. We know these in-home visits are really going to save lives. Everyone else is meeting inside in a couple minutes just to talk about the event, see how we can improve for next time. I hope you can join us.
Thank you.
Great.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
Before we wrap up Module 5, please reflect on the following questions to see what you remember from this training. Question number 1. What are the roles and responsibilities of the Documenter during an in-home visit? If you answered A, B, and C, you are correct. The main responsibilities of the Documenter during the in-home visit include the following. Complete all forms fully and accurately and safeguard them until handoff to event leadership. Assist the smoke alarm installer by holding the ladder safely and passing the installer required tools during smoke alarm installation. Assist the smoke alarm installer to keep track of all smoke alarms, tools, equipment, and supplies. Question number 2. To complete the service acknowledgement form fully and accurately, be sure to complete all fields marked with a red asterisk, which are required fields. If you answered true, you are correct. To complete the service acknowledgement form fully and accurately, be sure to complete all fields marked with a red asterisk, which are required fields. Also remember, if a required field is not applicable, write NA in that field. Do not complete a service acknowledgement form if no services were provided at the address, if you simply knocked on the door and nobody answered, or if a resident declined an in-home visit. Question number 3. Why is the bedshaker alarm application for individuals who are deaf or hard of hearing important? Answer. Individuals who are deaf or hard of hearing cannot depend on the sound of a standard auditory smoke alarm to alert them to a fire and are at greater risk of death or injury in a home fire than the general population. Please store all forms carefully as they contain confidential client information. Congratulations on completing Module 5. We strongly recommend that you view all video modules to gain a solid understanding of the in-home visit protocol and the support you'll be providing to your in-home visit team members. We also recommend that this video be accompanied by hands-on training on or before the day of the event. Please contact your event leader for more information about hands-on training opportunities available in your area so that you can practice the skills taught in these video modules before you conduct an in-home visit.